haven't got any coffees.
No, I'm getting them now.
Oh,
Getting them sorted.
okay.
Just
Well,
chill out,
I don't
dude.
feel like I can work to my best a bit. I mean, I don't ask for any financial rewards for this. Okay,
Yeah.
you look after me, but I mean, I do expect the bare minimum for my time is a decent cup of coffee, and you do produce a decent cup of coffee.
Crikey. The demand of these, what do you call yourselves? Talents? You're people that, you know...
I'm not quite on diva level like Beyonce. I mean, I've been asked me in dressing room a makeup artist and
But you
stuff
are,
like
you are on the talent list, aren't you?
talentless.
Loft. Bit of loft. Bit of loft.
That's a great one, isn't it?
That is a good one.
Suffering for too much loft. Like, what?
I feel like you've had the winner, eh? You've got the best coffee out of the two of us.
I don't mind. Just switch it over. It doesn't bother me. I'll drink it.
No.
As long as it's wet, I'm not bothered.
You're not bothered. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Sunday morning show. Take two.
Yeah, you're going to explain what happened, technical errors and technical issues and difficulties and all sorts of shenanigans.
The problem we have is we have three cameras set up. We've got Bernie's camera, we've got my camera, and we've got the camera. And the camera that's on me and the camera that's on Bernie, they're day-to-day cameras, aren't they? They're the cameras that we use day in, day out. However, the camera that sits in the office for the majority of the time, which is probably the best camera out of the lot, which doesn't get as much use as it probably used to, that was sat there ready for action, and in the heat of the battle of setting up the event yesterday, the excitement, in my brain I was thinking, I'll plug in the audio into the camera that I always use, which is the one on me. Hello everybody. But I decided at the last minute, no, do you know what? I'll plug it into the main camera at the front there. And what did I do? I plugged it into the earphone jack or headphone jack as opposed to the microphone jack, and therefore there was no audio. So this is take two.
You sent me a clip, so I needed a clip just for a video I'm making, and I was like, oh, the audio is not great, but I was thinking maybe it was a side camera or one that he doesn't use for the audio, but I didn't want to go, by the way, Dan, your audio is not great. And then when you phoned me and told me, I was like, oh. Whoops. Yeah. An hour of quality. So
what a great chit chat one it was, and if we can get anywhere near the quality of what we produced yesterday, then this will be a great show.
I just don't think we can.
No,
I was at my peak.
You did peak.
Yeah, Tuesday's a peak day in the week, I think, for me. Wednesday it's on the downhill spiral to the weekend, so I can't promise it's going to be a great show.
Well, this is a rare show, Bernie. Again, we're bringing everybody a little catch up for Bernie and I of the old school Sunday morning show. So if you're listening on the podcast or you're watching on a Sunday morning, then we welcome you back. How are you?
Good, yeah. Busy at the moment with moving house and settling into a new place. That's taking up quite a bit of time, but still managing to get some filming done and having a few exciting things happening, channel-wise and life-wise, I guess, which is good.
Well,
yourself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Had a nice little holiday, didn't you?
Nice break, which I shared with everybody last week on the Sunday morning show. I also shared with everybody, which was quite interesting, how we make our coffees. Yeah. And we're very similar. I would say ours are very similar. Yeah, a little coffee in the
I have gone to. I was always when our Starbucks of choice was always a caramel latte, and then you switched maybe a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, to a flat white, and I've now actually switched to flat white. Yeah. Because I've obviously looked at not the health benefit, because coffee is obviously not the most healthiest thing in the world, but it's obviously got less sugar in it. It's a stronger coffee, isn't it? It's a double shot of espresso.
But it's not as much milk.
There's not as much milk.
Less milk.
Yeah.
Which has its own sugars and whatnot in there.
So I've just switched that as well. So you've influenced me indirectly to change my coffee type.
Well, that's why they put me down in my little title of influencer. Probably the word that you and I... Probably the word that Bernie and I dislike the most with what we do.
I actually hate it. Yeah. Don't influence anyone to do anything. Probably the opposite.
Anyway, lots going on in the golf world right now, Bernie. I mean, I talked about it last week with the Ryder Cup. I am wearing my Ryder Cup hoodie, which is an Under Armour one.
Colours on, isn't it?
It has.
And blue, I like that.
The warning side of it, and actually, I'll do it.
It's been on social media quite a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'll do it. There you go. It's on the warning sign on the back. You see that?
Only for highly skilled golf. Why are you wearing it?
Well, because they sent it to me, and why not support the European team, European colours?
I like it, it's nice.
But on the first tee of Bethpage Black, which I have a little head cover right here, Bethpage Black, where I played in 2019, the week before the PGA Championships, before Brooks Koepka went on to win.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought the head cover because I didn't stop taking the head cover off the whole day. Because it is
long. To buy a new one after the round.
Well, look how worn it is. But yeah, so we went for an event there, and we went and played the golf course. And on the first tee of Bethpage Black, for those of you that have had the amazing opportunity to actually play the golf course, has a sign on the first tee that is a warning sign that says, please be mindful that this is for highly skilled golfers only. Get ready for battle.
You bought me back a hat, I think.
Oh well, I had loads of little bits that I brought back.
Yeah, you bought me back a hat. It's a black hat, and it says warning on it, and it's quite a funny hat. So I do wear it now and again.
Yeah, it's a good hat.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, so I obviously talked last week about my picks as to who I thought would be going in there and who wouldn't be going in there. Yeah. Ultimately, my two sort of thoughts were that, and this is more for those that didn't watch last week or haven't listened to it on the podcast side of it, but my thoughts were that maybe Shane Lowry wouldn't get another outing, and maybe Matt Fitzpatrick wouldn't get another outing. And in place of those two people, I thought that Marco Penge might get a shout because he's a big hitter, hits it miles. The other person that I thought that I figured that would probably get in with a shout of getting into it was Harry Hall. Local lad to us in the southwest of England. I've never actually met him, unfortunately, yet, because he was a generation kind of below us, so he's like a bit younger than us. But I thought, Harry Hall, pretty much the best putter on the PGA Tour this year, plays in America, lives in America, does all that sort of stuff. I thought he's going to be one for the future, like Marco is, and therefore they would get some experience, and then that experience could then move into the next wave of Ryder Cuppers coming through. But as I said in the video, this is Luke Donald's. Luke Donald's probably not going to do another one, which we'll probably get into that in just a minute. But Luke Donald might not get to another one. So what does he care? What does he really care about? He wants the best team he can get that he feels is most comfortable with. He's got the team room with him. He knows the team can win because they won last year or 2 years ago. It's
basically the same side, isn't it, with the brothers replacing each other.
Yeah, Nikolai coming out, Rasmus going in.
It's completely the continuation of the team, and they've all been together. And you went up to do something with Under Armour at Scottish Open.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Scottish Open.
And he was having meetings with potential players and players that played in the Ryder Cup, and they'd all had like a little gathering and get together. And it's making a real good sort of team spirit, team bonding.
He wanted them to feel comfortable together in the room. He wanted them to chit chat. He didn't know exactly who he was going to take at that point, but he wanted to get them chit chatting, and that was why the whole squad were there. Rasmus Nygaard Pedersen was there. I
agree with what you're saying with regards to Matt Fitzpatrick, who has got one of the worst Ryder Cup records you've ever liked to see. But he asked him to play. Do you know? I looked it up yesterday. Yeah. So I looked it up. It's bad, isn't it? Well, he's played in eight matches. Yeah. So he's 8 games, should we say? He's won 1, lost 7. Yeah, so I mean it's a pretty horrific record, but Luke Donald told him he had to come over to Europe, play in some of the flagship events and do some decent scores and contend and try and get in the final group, I think, of the last 2 events he played in, which he did. So he's met the criteria or what Luke Donald challenged him to do. So once you've done that and you've committed to it, and he probably didn't want to play as many weeks as he has in a row, probably didn't even want to come back over, but he's done that because that's what the Ryder Cup means to him. So I think on that basis alone, he deserves a chance to play and also a bit of redemption. Hopefully he can turn that record around and get a couple of W's over there, which ultimately I feel that would help us win the Ryder Cup. Do you know what? I think not just retain it, win it. Win it, yeah. But I think when it comes to match play, though, you know as well as I do, I don't get to play as much match play as what we used to as amateurs, but you certainly still play a little bit of match play. Yeah. And in my mind, when you get to elite level type of stuff like that, I do feel like anyone can beat anyone in a match play environment. I feel like that's more, anyone can beat anyone more in match play than they can in
in, let's say, stroke play. So if you went out there and played an 18-hole stroke play medal event, let's say, the cream is generally going to rise to the top. You might have one little rare person that comes up through and does all right, but for the most part, the cream rises to the top. When you go out in a match play, you know, I think about how many golfers I used to come up against who were certainly 2 or 3 shots better from a handicap point of view than me, and you could beat them. You feel like you could beat them because you won Duffy Hole, and then that's fine. That's only losing one to the field.
The only thing I'd say is that he's going to be stood on that first tee with the pressure. I mean, whether he cares or not, probably not. We're probably more sensitive, more fragile than what he is, but he knows full well that he's only won one out of 8 matches, and people are already saying you shouldn't be in the team. You've got a terrible record, which is completely wrong because he's one of the best golfers in the last 5 or 6 years. He's a major champion. He justifies being on the team for his level of golf, but his match play record is grim.
Facts are, Luke Donald has picked his top 11 players from that list.
I like that though.
So do I. I really think like he's done the smart thing in some ways of going, do you know what? How can you criticise me when I've taken my top 11 players, and then the only one person that has missed out really from that list, if we were just going off that list, is Matt Wallace.
Which he was absolutely gutted about. But I reckon that, I'm hoping, not reckon, because you never know what's going to happen, but I'm hoping that spurs him on and takes him up a slight level, maybe half a step upwards, and that gives him the motivation to try and qualify for the team in 2 years' time. And I'd love him to do it. I think that'd be a brilliant story, emotionally, for golf, really, him and his quest to make it into that team. Yeah,
it's a tough one to get into, isn't it? I mean, you need to. I just feel like you need to go to America and perform in America to have any real chance of getting in. But then saying that, Harry Hall didn't make it. He's had a great run over in the States, but we had. The other thing with that is that we had like a bit of a not heated, I would say, like yesterday's kind of take one, should we say, for this show, and almost to the point where it's like we got to a point where we were like, well, we're going to have to agree to disagree. I wonder if you've kind of given any more thought on this, because we were talking about the fact that John Rahm is in the team as a selection. Tyrrell Hatton is in the team as a select or as an automatic pick. And then over on the US side, we've got Bryson DeChambeau, who's on the team. But just let's split America and Europe in two here at this point and say that they've got their political side of how they deal with stuff, and we've got our side of how we deal with stuff. And the facts that we are now happy to take 2 live players to the event, one as an automatic pick, one as a selection. So it wasn't even like it couldn't turn around and go, do you know what, John Rahm, you've not made it in the top run, therefore I'm going to take the political stance of just not taking you. Okay, even though I think you're the better player, but I'm not going to take you because you're a live player. We've decided that we're going to take John Rahm, we're going to take Tyrrell Hatton, who are live players. Yet, are we now ready for those legends of the Ryder Cup? Because they are legends of the Ryder Cup. Whether you want to class them as legends or not, but they are legends within the Ryder Cup. They have entertained us to a high level in those great matches that we've seen throughout the years, and the Ryder Cup has become a legendary event. It's one of the non-golf fans. Could it be the biggest event in golf? Could the Ryder Cup be the biggest event in golf? That's another debate.
Yeah, I mean the Open Championship's quite
big,
quite a significant thing, isn't it? I guess you'd say. But for me, it's non-golf fans could watch it. You've got a different atmosphere, a different style of golf. It's exciting. It's fast-paced. There's everything to love about it. If you're trying to get someone involved in golf who was quite skeptical about it and wasn't really interested in golf, and you went, hang on a minute, let's just watch an hour of that particular event, I think that you could convince a lot of people how great golf is on that particular event.
Yeah. But are we ready? Are we ready for us to go, do you know what, we're happy for the players to play. Now, with that in mind, we're happy for those legends of the game to be captains of that team. So dragging back in, is Lee Westwood ready to be captain? we'll get on to Sergio in a minute, but is Sergio ready to be captain? Is, you know, should Hendriksen be reinstated, be put back in, and should then finally, should Poulter, all four of them deservedly to be captains one day? We always thought they would be captains one day, didn't we?
That's the issue with part of the Live Tour, is that they've targeted named players and named legends who were coming to the twilight of, or the latter stages of their playing careers and competing at the highest level. The guys you've named, who were all earmarked to be Ryder Cup captains. Probably that list you just named would have been the next 4 captains. I'm pretty sure that's how it would have gone. That's how I would have picked it if I was, you know, the tour and people that were involved in the selection process. That would have been the 4 people, and you've wiped out almost like a whole generation. Whether that's then made Luke Donald captain for more than 1 year, because generally you do 1-2 Ryder Cups. You don't see the longevity of captaincy, like they don't do it now like they used to. They don't do it for like 5 Ryder Cups in a row. So whether he's had to step in and do another year, maybe he might even do, if he wins, might try and do the third victory on home soil. Maybe, I don't know whether, but it's definitely, you know, you can't. Till Hatton's qualified, so you couldn't suddenly go to him, even if you were 100% against Liv. The tour decided they weren't going to have any Liv players. You can't suddenly go, hang on a minute, you've qualified, we're not picking you because of this. But you've got the argument, those players knew what the situation was. They wouldn't be able to play in so many flagship events. They might not be able to play Ryder Cup, and they made that choice to go, take the money, change their lifestyle, whatever their justifications for joining that particular tour. You know, it's up to them what they do, but they've made that decision. And people like Sergio, he can't start moaning that he hasn't been a pick. He made the decision to go to Live. He must have known that there was a possibility he would never play Ryder Cup again once he left.
Yeah.
And to have that sort of mindset, or even like arrogance, to actually believe that you should be picked when you've made no real attempt to actually get into the Ryder Cup team by leaving the tour, which would have given you access to the Ryder Cup.
I wonder if we have, because I didn't really, I was away on holiday when all this was kind of happening, I think.
I mean, he withdrew from events in Europe, saying he's not in the right fixed state. So whether he's been having conversation with Luke Donald, I mean, don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit critical. Maybe Luke Donald said, yeah, you're definitely in my mind.
Well, I do think,
thinking about it.
I think you're being critical because I think it's something that you've read from social media or the media that have hyped up this whole situation. And maybe, just maybe, that situation wasn't necessarily really about him being a player on the team, but more about being involved with the team. As in, I mean, was he going to be a vice captain?
He is the record point scorer for Europe. So I mean,
for the Ryder Cup in general.
I mean, so it's.
So you know, is it that? And if it's that, then maybe. But then on the flip side, you could say, well, then you know, Hendriksen's got as much to be a little bit upset and not back in the fold.
I do think that it's going to.
It's a mess. It's a blimmin' mess.
Yeah, it's.
And it's a crack. It's a fracture within the game of golf which is really sad, more so than anything else, isn't it? Huge fracture.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got players playing in the Ryder Cup that live, why can't you have a captain? I don't think they will.
Yeah.
Because I think there's too much built around the captain. It's an important role in the media, the captaincy role, isn't it? You do a lot of press conferences, you do a lot of talking, there's a lot of interviews, and they'll be promoting, if they're not wearing Ryder Cup merch, which they wouldn't be, because these guys on the Live Tour, when they play majors, they wear their clothing, they wear their branding, they wear their merch, don't they, from their teams, from their franchise.
Yep.
Would they be then interviewed for the Ryder Cup? Like if I was chatting to you now, this is a quick interview, would you have your Live team on? If you're a Live player, if you're the captain, is that them pushing the Live Tour?
Well, what I'm saying is it depends on the situation. It depends on where they are. So if they're at the Ryder Cup training or whatever they're doing, then probably they're going to be wearing the Ryder Cup stuff. If they're outside of that, an event, then they're going to be asked. They'll probably be in their those two tours would absolutely hate that. Yeah, well, I'm sure they would. But then you've got Tyrrell Hatton wears his Legionnaire or whatever they're called, and then John Ram's going to wear that.
Yeah, I get that, but they're not being pushed, and they're not in the media eye as much as the captain will be over the weeks building up, the interviews and all the stuff like that, and the picking of the teams and stuff like just the whole general thing around the captain. It seems to be more of a pivotal role in media than it does being a player in the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Maybe there's 12 players and 1 captain. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, maybe people could actually put a little comment down below and have a chit chat about that in the thing. I'm sure it will create some interesting comments from people.
Yeah.
Have you slept on it? Have you thought about kind of the point? What I was trying to get is that it's okay for them to be players, but it's not okay for them to be captains.
I'm still in that. I'm still on the same. Okay, I may become slightly closer towards your thinking, but I still believe that a live player shouldn't be a captain of the team.
Okay.
Personally, because I think it's meant to be.
Have we run out of players now?
It's meant to be tour versus tour, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be.
But you don't think a live player should be allowed to play in the team?
I do if they qualify.
Oh, if they qualify. But then, like John Ram being picked, you don't think that was fair?
I'm not saying it's fair because he's.
Or not fair, right?
He's
morally correct.
He's what he has been, arguably in the last 7-8 years, one of the best players in the world. He's won major championships. His playing record is exceptional, and you'd want him if there was none of this stuff in the background. You'd obviously want him on your team, and you'd think that if he was playing full time in America, he would be getting world points, or even if he came over and played on the European Tour, DP World Tour, whatever, he would qualify for that team. So I'm just a bit on the fence whether, people that are complete. If it's Tour versus Tour, which is what I believe the Ryder Cup was supposed to be, PGA Tour versus DP World Tour. Okay, there's been some changes of that over the years, whatever. Then it's people that support their tour. That's how it should be. But if it's not, and you just pick the best European-born players, then he's in that team. So I guess it depends on what side of the fence you sit on that particular topic as well.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you want the best players in the world playing in the Ryder Cup.
100%. That's my view. And I just can't, in my brain, I can't separate the difference between a player and a captain. Like, if you're eligible to be a player, then you're eligible to be a captain. Wherever you come from. I do get whatever walks of life you come from, or wherever you've chosen.
And my opinion might be completely, we'll see in the comment section, I wouldn't be surprised if nobody agrees with me. It's just my own personal comment, and I think
you'll find some will.
Well, I don't know. I think there'll be more saying, does it matter, we've gone past that, etc. And I totally do get that. I don't know. That's just my own personal feelings, whether I'm right or wrong, and I'm quite happy to listen to a differing opinion on the situation because I'm not really that bothered about it.
Talking about. I mean, you mentioned him just a moment ago. Was Ian Poulter.
A friend of yours?
Well, we've met once, so I do feel like I put him in that category. He's not quite got in the phone book yet, but he's definitely there. But the focus wasn't about Ian Poulter. You've met Ian Poulter?
No, I've not. I've never met him, but I've seen his son Luke at Woburn when we went up to do stuff with Titleist.
Yeah.
He was in the pro shop chatting to the pros up there. Seemed like a really friendly, nice lad, like up for a laugh. Seemed quite down to earth, and he has done some. Well, he's had such a good start to his golfing career, despite being in his dad's shadow, really, of being the son of Ian Poulter, which, as I know myself, has its issues, I guess, and problems.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there, because obviously your dad was a very well known within the game of table tennis in the sporting world, not just table tennis, but horse racing as well. So he had some huge successes, as Ian Poulter's had huge successes, and then the son coming up.
It's even harder, isn't it? Doing it in the same sport.
Yeah,
like not
for sure.
Like I never went into table tennis or horse racing. I went and tried to my path went in a different direction. But he's actually gone into a sport. I mean, Charlie Woods is going to find the same thing. I don't think he's got the same levels of ability as what Luke Poulter's got.
Right.
And also his dad's not quite. He was never at that level that Tiger was at. No. Not many people have ever hit that level. So maybe he's got more of a chance. But yeah, he's done. I mean, we're talking about Walker Cup.
We're talking about the Walker Cup, which was on last weekend.
Yeah.
I think that is the first time that I've really actually sat down and watched any Walker Cup throughout the years. I've seen highlights and things like that.
Good, wasn't it?
Cypress Point, oh my goodness me, what a golf course that is. Absolutely. There was a beautiful shot of a par 3 where they were droning it, kind of wrapping the drone around.
Yeah.
And it's not a long par 3, they're only in sort of 50-degree wedges, so maybe like 130-ish.
Yeah.
Full 8-iron for me, but the drone just floated around the back of the tee and then kind of worked its way up the water line and then up towards the ground. It was phenomenal. What a golf course. I mean, obviously I've been lucky enough to get down to Pebble down the road, but that looked another level on Pebble.
Yeah,
another level
up.
Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it was good to watch actually. It was like you said, I've only ever seen sort of highlights, maybe a few key players that they believe are going to be the next breakout star that they focus on playing it. But it was, I mean, the level of golf, I mean, it just shows how it's improved, and the depths of golfers with amazing ability, and amazing Walker Cup players who are going to embark on turning professional maybe in the next year, 18 months.
So,
you get a few starts, don't you, still, I think?
There's 3 players that I had known or heard of.
Yeah.
Elliot Baker,
yeah,
who is from Tiverton Golf Club, so local to us.
Yeah,
have you played with him?
I've never played with him, no. I caddied for Jack, who I think has been on both our channels, and he did a little bit. He works in the pro shop, very good golfer, Jack, and he's partnered him in some of the county matches. So I've been around, I've caddied for Jack a couple of times, and he's been there. Seems like a really nice lad, swings it lovely, got a lot of talent, of plus sort of 5 or 6 maybe.
Wow, yeah.
Serious golfer. I didn't even realise he was actually playing in the event.
He's won some stuff this year though.
Yeah, he's had some
really
good run. Scottish, didn't he?
Won that.
Yeah. But I didn't realise he was actually
maybe as well,
in the event until I actually saw his name appear, and really good.
And then from Ireland, you had Stuart Grahan.
Yeah, don't know much about him.
Well, I interviewed him. When I was in Ireland, we went to the K Club, and we'll come on to the K Club in a moment. But I went and interviewed him, part of a Challenge Tour thing. So we helped to promote the Challenge Tour.
So he's gone amateur, pro, amateur.
Yeah, so he was. So at the time, he was playing on a Challenge Tour.
Yeah, as a pro.
Yeah. So he'd been over in the States. He'd had a decent amateur
career before.
No.
Okay.
He played Palmer Cup. Yeah. The Palmer Cup is the Walker Cup or Ryder Cup version. Walker Cup is basically the Ryder Cup for amateurs, and then they have a college one, because obviously it's college. It's just another one. I think Arnold Palmer was involved in setting it all up. But it was a Palmer Cup, which was the best players from college golf in America play against the best players from college golf in GB in Ireland, and I think it's GB in Ireland.
Or is it the actual places?
So like players. So for the majority of them,
based in America.
Yeah, I was going to say majority of them are playing from America. Okay. But you have to be a student to represent whoever you're representing. Anyway, so he played in that. Okay. He'd done quite well with Irish golf, so he was really fond of Irish golf. You could tell that from him, because he was still wearing, I think, Golf in Ireland or whatever it was.
As he was playing in the Challenge.
Yeah, because I still think they kind of represent a little bit. Yeah. And then, so we spent a day with him. There's a funny story. Well, not a funny story. It was one of my most disappointing.
Worse than not plugging the wire into the right bit of the camera.
Similar.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, this is just as bad, because ultimately we've had to shoot it the next day. Yeah. So I've had another day of not being anyway. So I went and filmed with him just up the road from the K Club, and he was fantastic to film with. Hits the ball so well. Yeah. So he's gone to pro, turned pro, played on the Challenge Tour. I mean, I'm looking at him going, this guy hits it miles. Yeah. You know, he's got control of his ball. He knows what he's doing, but he's gone back as an amateur. Yeah. So I was a bit of a shock that I'd seen him come back as an amateur. But just got married. He was getting married not long after we'd done that film, and now I knew that he just had a baby as well. Yeah. So maybe that has an influence over what he's done. But
travelling is not for everyone either, is it?
No.
In the professional golf.
No, it really isn't. I mean, that's just as much the battle as actually competing.
Yeah.
But so the story goes, right? So this is Lee and I. We're over.
You started on the right track, haven't you? You and Lee, okay.
So Lee Whittaker and I, right? We've gone over to Ireland, gone to the K Club. We're staying at the K Club. We played the K Club. Yeah. Which was such a Bernie. I know you're gonna have to get a boat, but you've got to go. I like
the boat. I'm fine on boats. Go anywhere in the world on a boat.
Yeah, and so phenomenal golf course, but.
It's near Dublin, isn't it, K Club?
Yeah, just outside of Dublin. Yeah. But anyway,
I'm trying to get my bearings where you were.
So we woke up really early one morning to go up to this golf course, which was 50 minutes away to 55 minutes away, to film with Stuart. Yeah. Right? super early, before like breakfast has even started at the hotel.
We do a few of them, don't we?
We did plenty of those, unfortunately. But so we got up super early. We've packed up the bags. We've gone down to the reception thinking that we weren't going to get any breakfast.
Yeah.
And there was a spread of some buns and some coffee and this, that, and the other. So Lee and I running around the table, grabbing a coffee in the car, whatever. Anyway, so jump in the car, drive up to the event, drive up to the next golf course, and we meet up with Stuart. And weather's not great weather, but it's all right. But we got there nice and early. Meet up with Stuart. Right, let's get out onto the golf course and start filming. So, starting loading up the buggy. I've got no camera bag.
Oh, no.
I've not got, the only camera I've got is my mobile phone.
Oh.
I've left the camera bag.
How tempted were you to just use your mobile phone?
I couldn't, it was so windy.
Oh, yeah.
So, I've left the bag. As I've grabbed some food and whatever, I had 2 bags. I had a camera bag and then I had another bag, tripods and things like that. So I remember Lee, I think, walked out with the coffees and I've got all the other stuff, and I pick up the bag, pick up my thing, chuck it in the thing. I've left the cameras by the side of the table of food.
So my first concern would be I've got about so many pounds of stuff in there and that's gone.
Panic.
Imagine if you left that.
There's a number of things going on here. I'm seriously embarrassed because everyone's giggling. Which I would think they were a bit annoyed. Anyway, I heard they were a bit annoyed afterwards. But anyway, and then I'm thinking, oh my God, it's in the reception of the hotel. Like nobody's really around. Well, big hotel.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. So I phoned, and they had picked it up and put it behind reception, which was as you would expect from a place like K Club.
Yeah.
They're going to look after you. So. But I've had to drive 50 minutes to go back to pick up my camera bag, to then drive 50 minutes back. So I'm now.
So you're 3 hours into a journey. You've done more than 3 hours.
I've 3 hours. I've done 3 hours, but I'm also now
2 hours behind.
2 or so hours behind. By the time we get out there, I'm 2 or so hours. So Stuart, I mean, if I was in Stuart's shoes, I'd have gone. I'm going. I'm done, boys. Like this is. But he didn't. He went and practiced.
Yeah.
And then he came out, and we went out and shot some footage with him, which he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Some great footage from that. And then I realised afterwards that Challenge Tour weren't very happy about it, and blah blah blah, and all this. They just make a mountain out of a molehill, don't they? But we got the job done, and So there's a lot of travelling that day. Learn to fight another day. Yeah, but anyway, so he was there, and that was it. But talking about the K Club, obviously they've just done the Irish Open at the K Club. Rory McIlroy. I mean, you watched the putt, didn't you? I didn't quite see it. I was cooking dinner, I think, at the time.
Yeah, another tournament I thought was over, and then he just bins the world. Like as soon as the guy must be absolutely just watching that that putt going in, but how's he made that? And then you just knew when that putt had gone in that he was winning that tournament. Like it was almost like set in the stars. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely. How good
is he? He's so good, isn't he? He's so good.
I mean, I don't know a lot about him. When I mean that, I see what I see on the golf course and stuff like that. I don't know how big a practicer he is. I mean, he doesn't excite me as a golfer, as a person. No, I like his golf, don't get me wrong. I like the bloke. There's nothing I don't like about him. But he doesn't, when Tiger was at the top, I knew a lot about Tiger. I'd look at his personal life, I didn't really want to see his personal life, but I knew a lot more about him. I was more invested in him. I'm not really that invested in Rory. I don't know why. I don't know if that people feel the same way at home. I guess if you're Irish, he's a massive hero of yours, but it just doesn't, for me, he just doesn't do a lot. So I don't know whether he is as talent, whether it's pure talent, whether he puts a lot of effort and work into his game, whether he's that bothered about stuff like not winning a major for so many years, not getting the career Grand Slam until this year, whether that even bothered him, like when he sat in his £15 million house with his his Bentley car or his Ferrari, whether that actually bothers him, what motivates him. So I don't really know a lot about him, but he has moments on the golf course where good and bad moments, which I guess makes him human, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But you're not a massive fan of his either.
I'm not really. I mean, but one thing I did do the other day is I was taking the dog for a walk, and I listened to this great podcast, which for those of you, please go and listen to it. Did I say watch it or listen to it? I listened to the podcast, and it was from the Golfers Journal I think the Broken Tee Golf Society, whatever.
Yeah, I've not heard of that. But
Really good podcast. Get some great guests.
Podcast,
I think you got to go for a dog walk really to get into it,
or dogs, or
go and put it in your car. And I'm not sure you listen to the radio, do you? Anyway, so I mean, you can't even link your phone to the car.
No,
so that you're not going to listen to it. Are you? So anyway, so I'm on this podcast listening to it, and it was called Roryland, and it's a guy that's written a book earlier this year, 2025, about Rory McIlroy's history.
Did he have much access to Rory, or?
I don't think so. Don't think so. But he's done a lot of research into where Rory grew up. He talks about Ireland and what was going on up in Northern Ireland and where he was from, and not only his father but his grandfather and things like that. And so there's a lot of chit chat about that, which I kind of. It's a great listen. It's a great listen. It gives you a little bit of an insight behind Rory a little bit, but. I do get what you're saying, but he's just so good. I mean, I'm thinking about that shot on 18, which is the last tee shot of the day. Yeah. And this other guy has piped it down the middle, and 178 mile an hour ball speed is what he's got off the club face.
Which is good, isn't it?
Which is, if you compare that to me, I'm 150, a good one. My best is 158 mile an hour off the face. Ball speed.
There's some guys getting up 200 now, aren't
so that's 20 mile an hour. You've got 20 mile an hour on me, this guy.
Yeah.
Rory's scuffed one out to the right, so he's obviously got a bit of an open face, so that's going to lose ball speed.
Yeah.
He's at 183.
Yeah.
Matey's going in with, a long iron, obviously hits the edge of the green, kicks into the water, which is a shame. But Rory's got to be flicking in, a 9 iron or an 8 iron in there? I mean, it's just another level, isn't it? Another level which is going to dominate. That power is going to dominate.
Yeah.
Really,
such a power game.
One thing I'd like to do that he does, with all his power and everything else that goes on, he says he doesn't think about a thing when he hits his driver.
Just that she swings and hits it.
Obviously, goes through his pre-shot routine, sets up, and then once he's over the ball, he's not thinking about, I'm going to drag this a bit inside, or am I going to take this on the out? He just swings, sets up, swings it with no thought, and whoosh.
Oh, literally that would make me such a better golfer, because I'm always. I don't know. I just got that. I mean, mentally, I'm absolutely finished as a golfer. Like I stand on a tee and think.
I'd love to say I don't disagree with that, and I feel like there's still life in the old dogs. But I do think mentally you're finished in the game.
I just stand there on a tee shot and think, don't hit this left. There's a stream down the left. Oh, is that a bound on the right? And then I just stand there and put some of the worst, rather than just picking a spot maybe and just focusing on that and hitting. Point and hit and no thought, but just the consequences of every shot goes through my mind, which is terrible, isn't it? God.
Terrible. But it's battle scars, isn't it?
I need to do a video on that.
I do. Yeah, I think you should.
Just mic yourself up. Don't bother with any shot traces. Do a video and just talk through what's going in your mind. Literally, just talk what's going through your mind.
Yeah, but there was something I wanted to do with you, which I never got around to doing, and I'm not even sure if you'd have cottoned on to what I was being a bit sneaky, so I think you were going to cotton on to it at some point, okay. All right, or you'd have gone into defensive Bernie mode. But I wanted to show you how you could use, let's say, and Paul uses it, but how to use, let's say, an app where you can, how far your driver carries, let's say, and that you have a dispersion miss of. Don't get me wrong, there'll always be a driver where you're going to hit it 60 yards left or 60 yards right, but for the majority of your shots, your dispersion might be 20 yards left or 20 yards right. So you might have a 40-yard miss.
This is probably a different conversation. But Karen, I've got something to say about that.
Yeah, so what I was going to do was go, right, what I want to do is I'm going to measure that point. Your out-of-bounds markers are 50 yards right and trees are 50 yards left. So now you've got 100 yards of wriggle room. I just want you to hit a driver with a cut up the left and fade it back to the middle of the fairway. And I just wanted to take control of you at that stage instead of. But I think you would have I think you'd have figured out what I was up to, and then you would have.
So my issue
sabotaged
with the golf course I play, and I don't think that has helped me long term, because like my distance off the tee, let's say I hit driver, a good driver, 260 to 270 carry, probably where I am at the moment. At Churston, off the back tees, I'm hitting it on a lot of the holes into the narrowest point of the hole.
Yeah.
So holes, if you take the 15th off the back tee, you've got people that have played Cherson, seen Cherson, you've got like 4 bunkers on the right hand side, it pinch points in, and then there's the trees as well. So the 270-yard area, which I would zap, is in the narrowest part of the fairway, which is probably 10 yards wide at max.
Yeah.
Because it funnels in, and then after that it opens right up. So if you could hit the ball 285, 290 carry, your area that you're landing in is probably 50, 60 yards. So it's a no-brainer. If I hit the ball further, I play with Jack, he just smashes it over everything. Well, I can't get to where, I'm not landing where he is, so I'm hitting into the narrowest point. So I then play back into the biggest section of the fairway with an iron, because I know that I'm going to hit that section. And I don't, just how Cherson is, I guess, and a lot of golf course, I guess, all the pinch points are in at that 260, 270. If you hit it slightly shorter, you're fine. If you hit it further, you're fine. So for me, the consequences of hitting driver at Cherson, if I hit 10 good drivers at the pinch point of a fairway, I'm going to probably hit 4 on the fairway out of 10. Whereas if I had another 30 yards, I'm going to hit probably worse drives, accuracy-wise, but probably 8 out of 10 on the fairway.
Yeah, I get it.
Make any sense?
And I know. I know exactly what you're saying. Paul went through this when he was playing on the DP World Tour event up at Forest of Arden. He every drive he was hitting was into a pinch point, and it was, majority of the guys he's playing against are just flicking it over the top of those and wide open. So he felt a bit upset about that in some ways, but then that's the game, isn't it? That's where we're at with it. And
it's a skill of golf, is it? The ball
it
further,
is, correct.
A big skill of golf.
Huge skill, but I think that's another podcast at some stage for us, or another chit chat on a Sunday morning show to talk about that. But I think we've had a good little rattle around today, Bernie. A good little chit chat.
Cover quite a few subjects randomly. I like that. I like random chat. No
anything
planning.
Anything else you got coming up this next couple of weeks?
No, not really. Got a few videos dropping, but mainly they're not on the golf course. But I'll explain why on a video. Really. Just quieting down a bit now. It's a good time to vlog because the courses are quieter. So hopefully, I was supposed to do one yesterday, but I couldn't do it in the end. So I'm hopefully going to try and get got a collaboration with Gary Martin as well coming up.
Yes, you do. I'm away on jury service,
October, which is a shame, isn't it?
However, it is the second week of jury service. So if my jury service gets cut short, then which it did last time, I will be with you.
You were more than welcome to join us.
Yeah, I'll definitely be with you. But this week I'm away. As this is being filmed, it is the final round of Wentworth. I'm not going to be there. I'm actually filming on the Sunday. We're going over to where my YouTube debut was at Castle Combe.
Oh, nice.
I'm going over to Castle Combe. So I'm having a practice round because I'm playing at Bowood.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I couldn't get on at Bowood on the Sunday.
You got a tournament, have you?
On the Monday.
Oh, what's it you playing?
It's a West Region event they've got there.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's the last one of the year, I think. So I just thought I got a bit of time. I'll go and have a little
bonus,
smack about in that. So
is that 1 round, 2 rounds?
1 round Bowood. You remember Bowood in Wiltshire?
We filmed with Mike Round, didn't we?
That's right. Yeah, we did. Yeah, a lot of dog legs round Bowood.
Yeah, I only played the front 9. I don't know why, but we did 9
No,
holes.
you did the back 9.
Okay,
Unless they've shifted the 9s.
I know I did 9 holes. We didn't do 18. I think.
Yeah, we didn't do 9 holes. Yeah, it wasn't great weather.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't great weather.
That's good. You're teeing up in that.
Yeah, and I'm out first, 7:30 in the morning, which is ideal, so I can get home all right. Out first with Joe the Pro, 2 of us.
Oh, nice.
Little 2-ball.
Yeah,
I had no idea how that unfolded, but that's what we've got.
Not filming it, just playing.
Just playing. Just playing. I just figured that it's a lot of... I'm going from like Wentworth over on the Sunday, so it's not like I'm coming from here to bring anyone up with me, and then I'm staying over on the Sundays and then obviously playing on the Monday. So we'll get the filming done on the Sunday. And then we'll play on the Monday.
Oh, ideal. Good. So, well, good luck.
Thank you, Benny.
Looking forward to finding out how you get on.
Yeah, it should be fun. I do at
you
some point
to play winter golf then?
Alliance stuff,
medals and stuff.
I'd like to play with you in a few of the alliances.
Yeah, I'd like
if
to
we
as
can.
well. Yeah, definitely.
Be nice to do that.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
But yeah, so Wentworth this week, which will be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And yeah. Be good to see. Hopefully, well, you never know. Rory might be coming down the last as we speak, and he may be having a 3-shot lead, and then
he won't be in bed at the moment because it goes out at 7 a.m.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he'd be just getting up. Yeah, he'd be chilling out. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, everybody. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're listening to us on the podcast, hope you've enjoyed that as well. Our take 2 of this week's Sunday morning show.
The first take was better.
Much better.